Okay, so are you ready for some exercises, or I like to say ninja training? Okay, so the way these are going to work is that I'm going to read the question and possibly draw some pictures. Then you're going to pause the video and do the exercise. Then I will show you the solution and hopefully you learn something. Now, the important part is you need to pause the video to actually learn something. Because if you don't pause the video and try it on your own, you won't learn anything. Now, keep in mind the first set of ninja training, so these exercises, they're actually quite hard. They're very, very hard. They may be the hardest in the course. And I don't know why I put them right at the start. Maybe I was feeling a bit ambitious, but let's just do it. I think if you just kind of think about it and then watch me do it, you'll get sort of an intuitive nature about how probability works. But don't worry, the second lesson is going to be much easier. That's enough of me talking. Let's actually start doing. So, let me read it out. Define a sample space for the experiment of putting 3 different books on a shelf in a random order. If 2 of these 3 books are 2-volume dictionaries, describe the event that these volumes, sorry about that, stand in increasing order side by side, i.e. volume 1 precedes volume 2. Okay, so pause this video now. Okay, welcome back. I'm going to show you the solution. So, define a sample space for the experiment. Okay, let's do that. So, a sample space for the experiment could be all the possible ways you want to arrange the books, right? So, actually, before we actually write down any sets, it's a good idea to define some notation. So let's say volume 1 and volume 2 are the dictionaries, and the other book is going to be called A, right? And then you want to find ways you can arrange these books, so swapping the order of them. Now, it's not that bad. You just kind of just swap them. It's fine. But the thing is, a little trick. I know that there are going to be 6 different ways to do this, because you think about this, like you have three spots for each book. So the first book is going to be 3 choices, so it could be book 1, book 2, or book A. Then the second, and then you multiply it together. Then the second choice, so you've already used one spot, like you've already used one book, so then you have to choose from 2, right? And then after that you have one book left, so, and that equals 6. So this is actually something called 3 factorial, and honestly that's just a point of interest. Don't worry about it too much. But anyway, let's try to find all the ways we can swap these around. So I'd say how about V2 and A. What's after that? How about this one, V1, V2, and there's this one. Yep. I just drew a blank. I was like, wait, hold on, aren't these this? I was like, no, we swapped the order of that. And then we have just kind of looked like I had a panic attack. Oh, not a panic attack, just I was worried. I was like, oh no, there's a mistake in the notes. There's this one here. We're gonna need to rub this out because we don't have enough space. And we also have this one, V1, V2, and we also have this one. So there's no mathematical trick, it's just kind of swapping them around and seeing what possible combinations you could get. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the second part of the question is Describe the outcomes that that these volumes stand in increasing order, i.e., volume 1 precedes volume 2. So, describe, oh, I don't know, describe. So it's going to be this outcome, so volume 1, then volume 2. Or look for it. Did I write it down? Kind of messy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, and this one here. So volume 1 goes first, then volume 2 comes next. So I guess you could say the answer would be, you know, like that. Okay. So yeah, there's no real mathematical trick to it. I think it was just the question was, you know, you have something in the real world and you're trying to model it with probability, like sets, and we just had to, you know, fiddle with how many outcomes there are. Okay, that's all good. Now, if you didn't understand anything, hey, that's cool. We're just starting out. You'll get things later on, and maybe you'll start understanding what happens in the next task. But if you don't really understand, you want to read back. These are all the course notes, right? So, Introduction to Probability and Simulation. I'm gonna change the name of course to Python. I'm gonna change this folder. I don't like the word simulation. Whatever. It's not correct here. It goes solutions, solutions ninja training 1, and I list all the I wrote all the solutions up very nicely. So if obviously my notes are pretty messy, but you know that's how I would do them. So you would do them on pen and paper, I guess, and I write out all the solutions here. So you can see I wrote out this quite neatly, and you can see if you come up with all of them, and here are the outcomes you want. Okay, so next we're going to move on to task 2. Okay, so, you know, I hope you learned something, and I'll see you very soon.